Alfred Kinsey. Kinsey became a household name in the 1950s for his research on the sexual modes of American women and men. Kinsey was born in Hoboken, New Jersey on 23 June 1894. His father, Alfred, taught at the Stevens Institute of Technology. Despite having only an 8th grade education, Kinsey was a sickly child, plagued by rheumatic fever, rickets, and typhoid. His parents were strict and deeply religious, rejecting many of life's aesthetic pleasures. After high school, Kinsey considered a career in the natural sciences, but his father wanted him to train as an engineer. He obligingly enrolled at the Stevens Institute and studied mechanical engineering for 2 years. In 1916, Kinsey received a scholarship from Harvard University and began his postgraduate work at the Bussey Institution. His two major texts, Sexual Behavior in the Human Male and Sexual Behavior in the Human Female, broke new ground in the field of sex research and led to more open and honest investigations of sexual practices. Throughout his career, regardless of the subject, Kinsey remained inquisitive and scientifically high-minded. He passed away on 25th August 1956. Alexander Fleming. Sir Alexander Fleming was born at Lockfield near Darwell in Ayrshire, Scotland on 6 August 1881. He attended Loudon Moor School, Darwell School and Kilmarnock Academy before moving to London, where he attended the Polytechnic. He spent 4 years in a shipping office before entering St. Mary's Medical School, London University. He qualified with distinction in 1906 and began research at St. Mary's under Sir Ambrose Wright, a pioneer in vaccine therapy. Alexander Fleming was a Scottish bacteriologist, famous for his discovery of penicillin. Fleming grew up on a farm. As a young man, he served in World War I in the Medical Corps, giving him an opportunity to witness the deaths of many soldiers from infected wounds. After the war, he accidentally discovered antibiotics. In 1945, he was co-awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. In 1928, while working on influenza virus, he observed that mold had developed accidentally on a Staphylococcus culture plate, and that the mold had created a bacteria-free circle around itself. He was inspired to further experiment, and he found that a mold culture prevented growth of staphylococci even when diluted 800 times. He named the active substance penicillin. He died on 11th March 1955. Arnold O Beckman. Arnold O Beckman was born on 18th May 1900 in the US. He got his bachelor's degree from the University of Illinois in the year 1922 in chemical engineering. He also earned his master's degree in the year 1923 in physical chemistry from there. He got selected in the Gamma Alpha Graduate Scientific Fraternity in the year 1922, and then he got associated to the Delta Upsilon Fraternity. Actually, he was an American chemist. The Beckman Institute, created by him, was based on his invention of pH meter in the year 1934. pH meter is used to compute the acidity. Beckman was always very much interested in measuring instruments and thus was very famous in his department of chemistry. The pH meter is counted as one of the best instruments used to find out the acidity level of a solution. It is also known as the acid meter. On 18th May 2004, Beckman left this world but left his footmarks in the world of science. Barbara Akins. Barbara Akins is credited with the invention of a new and better method of developing films. She was a teacher when she started her career. After completing her education, she went to work for NASA, where she was given the task of inventing a way to improve astronomical photos taken from space. Her invention engrossed the use of radioactive materials to enhance negatives, which could also be used to enlarge images even after developing the pictures. Her method of developing films was applied by NASA with grand success. Her invention was so attractive that it was accepted outside of the agency for a variety of other uses also, such as improving the clarity of X-rays and reinstating old photographs. She was honored as the National Inventor of the Year in 1978 for her invention of a new way of developing films. Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.